Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Lagged Out Podcast number 36. I'm your host, Adam, and this is your co-host, Joseph, or Josephson, as we like to call him. Hello, Joe.
Joseph is not here right now. Please leave a message after the beep.
Joe, I just wanted to give you a call. I need you to help me on Call of Duty. And
I'm sorry, your message was too long. Please call back and try again. Goodbye.
why is your voice so good with that?
Maybe because I'm actually a robot.
Have you put that on your voice acting reel yet?
No, I haven't even made a voice acting reel. Although, the other day I was doing Winnie the Pooh. Not the other day, but like last week.
I know, it was really, really
Oh yeah, I
exhilarating to hear.
did do that for you. That was funny though. I told you how like I was doing like robbing banks and stuff, right?
You told you what?
I told you how I was like robbing banks as Winnie the Pooh, right?
Sort of.
Not like actually, but like I was
You
just
mean like
using the
GTA?
voice. Yeah, like I was just pretending like I was in GTA as Winnie the Pooh. I wasn't actually doing it though.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy, to be honest. If I was walking around GTA with Winnie the Pooh telling me, like...
But
I
like,
can't even do the voice. I think I would lose my voice trying to do whatever you were trying to do with it. But
I just love the idea of like, because like in GTA RP, like if you do like a bank robbery, you usually get like a hostage and then the police come and you negotiate and blah, blah, blah. It's this whole thing. I just imagine like the police like being like, what the frick is Winnie the Pooh? What the heck? It's just like, how do we deal with this?
You can't arrest Winnie the Pooh.
I know, right? It's like,
It's
well,
got the
yeah,
word
we
Pooh
can't
in
arrest
his
Winnie the
name.
Pooh. I guess we just, let him go. All right.
Yeah, I every time I think about GTA, doesn't matter if it's RP or whatever, I just think of our video of
Oh yeah,
us
trying to
playing
get you
GTA.
a garage or something. Yeah, we were trying to get you a garage.
Yeah, we were trying to like rob something, and I
Convenience
just remember
stores.
you like I remember I kept sucking, and then like I for some reason couldn't rob the bank or the gas station, and then you like the police drove their car into the gas pumps and blew up the whole
Yeah.
gas station. That was like
Yeah.
the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that was fun. And then like, I think it was like you were the getaway driver because like you didn't know how to like rob the store, so I would rob it and then you would get away. And then like it wasn't going well, so I was like, all right, I'll be the getaway driver this time. And like I like rode into like a fence or something, and like we both crashed off the bike and then got shot.
Yeah, that was
Something like that.
That was hilarious. That was the times I was going through our YouTube videos, and I was laughing at some of them, and I was watching the montage again, and that one was really good. I forgot how good that was.
I liked it better when we had the Celtic music.
Yeah, but it was
It was copyrighted.
Speaking of copyright, we got an email today in our Probably Got This account, and because for those who don't know, like I'm gonna be doing videos again on Probably Got This a good bit, but we got an email that said we got a copyright claim on 3 of the videos, and the 3 videos were our Until Dawn videos.
Interesting.
And I looked at the claim, and I looked at the clip of where it's being copyrighted, and it's being copyrighted from like Warner Brothers, like or something.
Interesting.
I think it's Warner Brothers Music or Warner Brothers Studios or something. Like it's Warner Brothers. But I looked at the clip, and there's no music or anything like that, and it's like, so the only thing I can think of, it says it's a visual claim, and in the clips that I saw, or at least 2 of the clips I saw, the dude that's the actual actor, like the guy with long hair who's like got like the New York accent, not the Remy dude, but the other guy. We know that guy. What's that guy's name? Like,
I don't remember.
you know what I'm talking about? Like, he's in the scene, and I'm wondering if they filed a copyright claim because he looks so similar.
I don't know. The only like 2 people I remember from that game are Rami Malek and then the blonde chick whose
Hayden
name is
Panettiere.
like. Oh yeah, I forgot she's in it. I was talking about the other blonde chick though.
Oh no! So the dude,
Megan Jet Martin.
the dude in Until, hold on, dude, because you know this dude's name, like he,
Let me look it up.
what's his name?
Until Dawn characters.
Just Dr. Hill. Remember the psychiatrist?
Oh, that guy, the psychiatrist, you mean?
Yeah. So
Oh, I thought you were talking about like one of like the kids or whatever. Okay.
no, he's a famous actor.
Yeah.
So
Oh, what's his name? I know.
isn't it
frick.
Steve something?
Isn't it what?
Isn't it Steve something?
It's not Steve.
I thought it was like Steve.
No, it's not Steve. I mean, it might be. I don't think it is though. But like he's the replacer. He's like, I'm a replacer, whatever.
Yeah. Well, so what I'm wondering is if like the visual claim was
What
from
is his effing name?
his likeness, but I'm like, they like.
You can't own an actor though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So there would be no like unless like me or you look like I don't know. It was weird, man. We had like a webcam and everything, but like we had no music, and I was gonna dispute it. It doesn't really matter, but like I was gonna
Right.
dispute it, but I was like, it said like you have the risk of losing your channel if it's like a false claim or something. And I was like, whatever. Like we're not gonna get in trouble. It said, but it's just like I don't know why we got a claim.
It's Peter Stormare.
Okay, Peter. I told you it was like Steve.
He is not Steve. What do you mean?
I don't know.
Is there a Steve in Family Guy? Actually, isn't. No, Steve is American Dad.
No, Peter's in Family Guy.
Yeah, but I'm saying like American Dad is Steve or yeah, Steven maybe, but Steve. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I
Maybe
just
you
thought
had
that
like
was.
Family Guy or American Dad on the brain or something. You had
I don't know, but
Seth MacFarlane on the brain.
I just thought it was really strange, and I thought it was unfair. So I just want to let you know that.
Right, Lois.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna come in tomorrow talking like Peter.
Ooh, what's up, fat man?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Brian, with some Cool Whip.
There's some good clips of Stewie. Like,
Stewie is the best character on that whole show.
oh, he's played by like Seth MacFarlane and all the other characters basically. So
Well, yeah, I know. Seth is Peter, Stewie, and Brian, and like some other people. But yeah.
yeah, it's kind of insane.
And then the best voice actor on that show is the guy who plays Joe because it's
Patrick Warburton.
Patrick Warburton. Yeah.
Yep, and he's also
Like
American
Peter.
Dad, I think.
I don't know. I know I know Seth is American Dad. Yeah.
Oh, he also does the guy from American
Yeah.
Dad.
And then I think he might do Roger as well, who's like the alien. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't watch American Dad. I don't really watch Family Guy, but I've watched more Family Guy than American Dad. So
Family Guy has like the stupidest stuff sometimes, but it's so funny. Like it's just so dumb. Like some of the stuff is just like I love how they go like, yeah, you remember that time where I like blah blah blah, and it's just like this random scene. It's just like
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I love. There's one scene from like high school. It's from like one of the earlier episodes, and it's just I remember it so clearly for some stupid reason, and it's like I don't remember what exactly they were talking about. Like I just remember like the flashback part, but it's like Lois is talking to like Peter or something like Peter, we can't get a gun. That's dangerous. That kills people or something like that, and then Peter's like, no, Lois. People don't kill people. Horses kill people. And then it shows, it cuts to this old lady, like this old like Amish lady. She's eating like a bowl of like super porridge or something. And she starts choking because like it's poisoned. And she's like, murderer! And she like looks over to like her left and points at this horse like peeking out from behind the corner. And he just has this evil grin on his face. It's like, what the frick?
Yeah, that's funny.
So you know, be aware of horses because they kill people.
Wow.
Horses kill people.
So first, I want to talk about your thoughts on, well, basically Outer Worlds and Modern Warfare again, because you've played more of that now. So I think last time on the podcast you hadn't really played a lot of multiplayer.
Right.
So I just want to get your take on how that's going for you. And
so apparently at the recording of this podcast anyways, there's like a patch coming out for Call of Duty. So any of my complaints might be fixed by the time this comes out. Who knows? Or like shortly afterwards. But the biggest complaint I have is the sniper known as the 725, which I feel like a lot of people have complained about. Yes, I get it. Shotguns like in real life have like a really good like range and are super deadly, like even at like long distance. Like, you know, I've shot clay pigeons and stuff in the air. They're like super high up in the air because like, you're launching them with a freaking launcher and stuff. But like, it's a video game. Things need to be balanced and not always realistic. And like
realism over gameplay.
Every other shotgun in that game has like poop range. Like, you have to pretty much be like within a few feet for it to like actually like one shot someone. Otherwise it's a two tap, which, you know, some of them are kind of slow. So that's not really going to happen. You're not going to have time to get that second shot off in time unless like they're just not paying attention, or like you're flanking them. Whereas the 725, you can be right next to them. You can be like several feet away. You could be like a mile away and poof, one shot. Doesn't even matter if like half your body is covered behind like a wall. If they like shoot your foot, like you're dead. Cause it's just like, oh, all of the pellets of the shotgun just happen to go to where your body is. Which I also find annoying about it. And like, this is probably just like me being like mad or whatever, but there have been times where I use the shotgun and like, it's not even that far away, but like my cursor, like I'm not aimed down sights necessarily, but like my cursor's pretty much like, or like my reticle, I guess, is pretty much completely on the person I'm aiming at. Poof, fire, they don't die. And it's a 725. I'm like, huh? And then they kill me. And it's like, that's like inconsistent. So like, I don't know, like if other people have had that issue or if like, it's just me, or maybe there was something where like, maybe it wasn't on all the way, but then again, like I said, like you could be, you know, halfway, even like 3/4 away behind a wall, and they just like shoot like your pinky toe, and like it kills you. So the 725 is my biggest gripe with Call of Duty. I still don't have my voice chat issue fixed, so I can't hear anyone. I can talk to people, they can hear me, but I can't hear them back. So it's kind of annoying. But it's also kind of nice because it's like, you know, if people are raging or like calling me names or whatever online, like I don't hear it.
Poopy face.
Yeah, like that. So whenever Adam calls me a poopy face, like I don't hear it, and it's great. The other thing I don't like, I mean, this is kind of with all shooting games though, is like shooting games like Modern Warfare, I should say, or not Modern Warfare, but just Call of Duty. Destiny has this issue too, is spawning, because like it's not like, oh, it takes forever to spawn or anything. It's where you spawn. So generally it's pretty good. Like, okay, like your team is generally on this side of the map, their team's on that side, so like it's fine. You spawn with your team. But like if most of the enemy team, like there are times where I spawn like on the enemy's side for some reason, because the game thinks, oh, like your team's over there now, maybe because like your whole team is like pushing up on them. Okay, I kind of get that. But then like it'll spawn me back to where like my original spawn was, like all the way on the other side of the map. I'm like, what the frick? So you just spawn me in the enemy spawn. I died because that's also where they spawn, so they just like kill me instantly. And like it's really hard to fight back against that. And I've tried, like I don't necessarily mind spawning in their spawn or being like next to it, because like I enjoy trying to like, you know, fight off like multiple people, see if I can like outplay them or not. It never succeeds. But like, because the problem is like I'm like, oh, here's a guy, and then like I see another guy like coming out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, oh, I should go on that guy. I'm like, wait, no, I should kill this other guy first. And then by that time they're both shooting at me and I'm dead before I even kill the first guy. So then it's like, you know, that happens, and then I spawn back at the other side of the map, and it's just like, why? And then sometimes it'll be, not all the time, this one's a little bit more rare, but like it'll spawn me on their side, and then they'll start spawning on the other side. So like it like flips the spawns, but like I'm the first person to be flipped, I guess, and like they're still over there, so I'm still spawning on their side technically, even though like they're not spawning there. It's just kind of annoying. So like if the game could be like smarter, because I feel like the way it works is like the game is broken up into like zones. Like, okay, most enemies are in this zone, so you'll spawn in one of these other zones where they're not. That's my guess anyways, because I don't know anything about like game development. But it'd be cool if the game was smart enough to be like, okay, this is where this person is and that person and that, like not have like the zones, but make the whole map like one zone, I guess, and be like, okay, here's where the enemies are. Majority of them are like clustered up here, so we'll spawn you over here rather than like, okay, they're either in zone A or B, so we'll spawn you in C or D or something, or like vice versa or whatever. But that's really my only like gripes, I guess. The biggest one just being the 725, but I think they might nerf it. Who knows? I don't know. I don't like keep up with like patch notes or announcements or anything like that. I just play the game because it is fun. But yeah, I mean, I do think that, well, okay, I don't want to say that they're broken, but I do think like helicopters, like chopper gunners and like the jets that like hover, I think they're called like VTOLs or something. The ones that like just like stay there and just like shoot the ground into like oblivion. They're fine, I guess, but it's like it is kind of annoying like on certain map because like no one wants to like be the guy to like switch to like a rocket launcher class or something and like take it out of the sky. I usually do just because like no one else is. And because like it's gonna kill us regardless. And like the one gripe with it is they can just like once you shoot it the first time, they're like, oh, this guy just shot me. Let me just shoot him while he's reloading or something. And like even if like you're hiding in cover or whatever, as soon as you pop out, they just shoot you again. So it's like it'd be kind of cool if they didn't like take 3 hits or like 3 rockets basically. But like, at the same time, if you have like a team who can coordinate, just like get 3 people go boom, boom, boom with rockets and it comes down in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like they have like a flare system, so like they always dodge like the first rocket basically, like it loses its tracking or whatever. Which also you could technically like I guess counter by just shooting it without doing like the lock on, but the problem is like they'll move around, so you do want to risk missing entirely and then needing like a 4th rocket, or just like taking the extra time to lock on, waste the first rocket, shoot the second one, die so you get your ammo back because it's going to shoot you, and then shoot it down again. But I don't know, I'll usually just like fire both rockets and then like just shoot it with like my gun or whatever, like my assault rifle until it comes down or something. But
yeah, so
that's like, I mean, that's not really like a gripe. That's just like a personal, I guess, issue because like lack of communication. But oh well.
Yeah. So basically, to explain all the stuff that you said, they're basically patching. So I can go into more depth. But basically, the next patch, they had it on Reddit today. The next patch is in testing right now, and as long as there's no issues, it should be out in like the next 2 days, if that. So basically, they're going to be doing weapon balancing in this patch. So it's definitely the 725 is definitely going to get nerfed. So the pellet spread, I think, is not going to be as tight, they said, but they are going to leave like the slug rounds in there because that's what the point of them are. But they are going to nerf it. Probably significantly.
Right. Like I don't care that like it's really good at like long range. I just think it shouldn't be a one shot at such long range.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. So they're going to be doing that and a bunch of other weapon tuning. They're also going to be lowering footstep audio. They're also going to be removing call outs. Like they're tuning call outs to be a lot less specific. So right now, there's a thing on Reddit that's pretty funny, but someone posted a picture of their enemy like with like the emoji with the eyeglass, and it's like basically they heard it. It's like enemy over there, right? Or enemy at the buses, and they like froze the screen, and literally the camera saw a tiny little piece of the person's foot underneath a bus, and that's what triggered it.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that I hate because it's like enemy over there. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
What? There's no one
there.
there.
So they're making that a lot more direct, they said, to where like you can visually see someone, and they're also removing it from being heard by the enemy team and stuff. So they're doing that. They're fixing Claymore stuff because Claymores are kind of
Claymores are kind of buggy.
And then they're also fixing spawns. That's the next big patch. And then with all that, there's going to be even more, they said, challenge bugs. They're going to be fixing bugs and glitches as well because there's been some of that. And there's going to be like some more stuff. But there's a huge overhaul patch coming in like mid-November that we don't really know much about yet, but they're probably bringing back the traditional mini-map. I don't know if you've noticed this, Joe, but like the mini-map is actually not the mini-map that it's been in previous games. Like They used to just have the compass at the top. They didn't have a mini map, and then they added the mini map back in the beta. But the mini map does not show you where they are exactly when they shoot. It's also when call outs happen and stuff. It's very, people don't like it and people haven't noticed, but they're going to be, that's part of it. And then there's like, we don't know what else overhaul means. Like, we don't know if they're going to be doing like non-skill based matchmaking and like all this other stuff, but there's going to be like a huge patch coming in like mid-November probably. But something I will say is, so to the point of spawns, so the way the spawns work, so spawns work differently in Call of Duty than they work in Destiny. And the good thing is Call of Duty spawns are always being tweaked, so it's not like these are going to be like this forever. Like I said, they're about to patch them. Destiny, however, I don't think they ever have messed with the spawns. I don't think they've ever touched the spawns, because the spawns in Destiny are kind of strange. But basically, like as well. But basically with Call of Duty, the way the spawns work, and the reason why the spawns are bad right now for some maps, some of them they're fine, but some of them are bad, is traditionally when you're playing a game mode like Domination, you have the A, B, and C flag. So if your team has A and B capped, you will always spawn on the A-ish side or like midway to the B side. Then that's why people don't triple cap, because when you triple cap, it messes the spawn up and it sometimes will flip spawn. So like if your guy's capping C, you might spawn at C and then it might flip their spawn and then they'll cap A. So that's how they usually spawn people. But the problem right now in the game though is there's some maps that are too big for the game modes that they have, and they need more people in them. But the other thing is there's too big of a safety buffer in the spawns. So normally you'll spawn like near your flag, but the problem is in this game you'll spawn like way at the back of the map behind your flag. So it takes you like 4 or 5 seconds to even get to your flag. By that time, the enemy has time to like kind of spawn trap you. So that's why you see so many not so many. There's a couple maps where like the Piccadilly map and like one or two others that you can get spawn trapped so easily on one side, because the safety buffer from the spawn is so far back that it takes you forever to get to like the middle of the map. So then you just never can get out of spawn. So that's the issue, and that's again going to be patched, and that's nice. But that's how Call of Duty spawning works. So it's not been like this before, so they'll keep tweaking it and everything. And then another thing is with the like kill streak stuff, you can actually do something that's actually people don't think about, but since they allow you to edit your classes in game now, which is like insane, and I love that, you can just switch your class to like cold-blooded and you won't be seen by those things. So like,
yeah, but they can still like see you, like,
right? But it's harder to detect though.
Usually won't be outlined, but
and if they're like a user generated one, like they really can't, like it is significantly easier to like see someone when they don't have that on. But that's something you can think about too. But you are right that it does take like coordination, because if you have a team, you can definitely be like, all right, I'm gonna shoot a rocket, and you might have to die like once, but if 3 people on your team shoot rockets at it, it's gonna die, like, and it won't actually kill that many people. But the problem is people just are like, oh, someone else is gonna get it, and then no one gets it, and it just sits there on the map. But like VTOLs are very easy to shoot down just because they don't move a lot. Chopper gunners are harder because like there's a person in it and it's just always constantly moving. And it's kind of funny actually. The gunship is actually very underpowered, according to people in the game. Like it doesn't last as long and it's actually very easy to shoot down. But yeah, so the VTOL though is pretty solid, and Chopper Gunner is pretty solid too. But yeah, I would say those are all pretty viable complaints. Like that 725 is one of the most broken guns I think I've ever seen in Call of Duty. Now, I will say like I want to go through my like most broken guns of Call of Duty, but like basically like that gun is, I don't play Kill Confirmed because that gun is just everywhere in Kill Confirmed. And it's just frustrating. So that is definitely getting nerfed in this next patch. So I'm excited about that. But
Yeah, I don't know why Cole likes Kill Confirmed so much.
no, I like Kill Confirmed, and
Like I like the idea of it, but like with how it is now, I don't know why he likes playing it so much. Because it's literally just like shotguns, and all the shotguns are
I
pretty much 725s because they're the best one.
yeah, I
So
mean,
I just don't
I
get why
think
he
that
likes
he's
it.
probably not liking it as much because of that now. But once they fix it, it is a really fun game mode because it actually incorporates a lot more gunplay because you have to like get close quarters with people sometimes, and like it is a fun game mode. It's just with the 725s, there's no gunplay involved. You just run and shoot someone. Like that's why I don't play Kill Confirmed right now. I mainly play Team Deathmatch, Domination, Headquarters. I love Headquarters in this game because
I hate Headquarters.
it's just because you played and got unlucky with me. Like Headquarters,
like
some of the
6 times in a row,
The
and
thing
it's not
with-
even like with just you though. It's like with Cole
I
and all
know,
them
but
too.
me and Simon and Thomas run Headquarters, so you got to play with us when we do Headquarters because Headquarters is fun, man. Like, and the spawns are actually pretty solid in Headquarters, like because you will spawn away from the enemy, and it's a fun game mode if you have the right team. But
Like it's cool. Like I like the idea and stuff, but like once like especially depending on the map, which like I feel like I've just played all the bad maps. I don't know, or like where the headquarters spawns. Once someone has it, they just sort of like crouch in a corner with like their ghillie suit on, and it's like the darkest corner ever, so you can't even like see them really, and like they'll just look at the door with their 725 and poof, you're dead. Poof, you're dead when you try to go in.
yeah, you
And
kind of
it's like, oh, you throw a grenade, and it's like, oh, well, I'm still alive, so come in and get me, bro. Poof, you're dead.
yeah,
So like
you
that's why I don't like it, because like it just becomes like so campy, and like I get it's sort of like King of the Hill, so like I don't mind that. It's just there. It's always just like, oh, I'm in a corner with a shotgun. Oh, this and that. Like there's no real strategy to like defend it, I guess, other than just like get out your shotguns basically. Assaulting it's fun, but like it's also frustrating because you think you've killed 5 people, and it's like, oh, there's still a 6th one with the freaking shotgun in the corner or something that no one can see. So I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I can see that. It's just there's definitely some strategy, and you can use some attacking strategies, but I can see what you're saying and everything. But yeah, so what's it called? So, but that totally makes sense. One thing I was gonna say too is, so for me, I would say the things I really like about it are, the game in general is very fun to play. I love the gunplay and all that stuff, and I'm having a blast playing it. The few things that I think frustrate me in the game are, again, like the 725, which is going to be balanced eventually, and the mine's more of like minor stuff that just kind of irks me. So like one is like there's only 5 custom classes, and they don't have prestiging in this game. So like normally when you prestige, you unlock another custom class.
You get more slots.
So it's kind of hard to like create a bunch of stuff, but I get it too because you can change.
You can
stuff.
edit on the fly.
Yeah, so I get that, but the thing is, they're probably gonna like make you buy custom classes, which probably I can just see that happening, which is whatever. I mean, I don't think they're gonna make them that expensive, but like, it is what it is. But like, that's one thing, and the other thing is, I kind of wish they I like the challenge system that they have now, like with the multiplayer challenges. It's cool, because it like makes you focus on stuff. But I kind of miss having the old challenges to where like you just unlock them and you don't have to activate all of them or at once or whatever. And so and a lot of the calling cards are like not as cool. Or there's some cool ones, but they're just. I was hoping that they'd have a lot of the Modern Warfare 2 type calling cards, because those are really fun to like grind out. Again, we might get that in like the Battle Pass thing or whatever it's coming. But I don't know yet, because I don't want to say much about that, because about the like calling card customization stuff, because again, like I said, there's going to be a huge overhaul, they said, in like mid-November, and I'm wondering if they're going to like audible into like putting that stuff in the game or something, but we'll see. But that's kind of my main gripes, just like a few customization things. But besides that, like I love the gunsmith. The camos look amazing. I don't know how I feel about the officer rank thing yet. I like it. It's cool. I'm just curious to see if you can use these like stars that you get. It says like every 10 completed challenges on like a new season emblem. So I'm wondering if you can use that as like your rank symbol, because it'd just be weird if you can't. But we'll see what happens with it. And so let's see. Last thing. So there are a few more things I want to talk about with Call of Duty though, just because there's a lot of stuff that came out this week. Before we do that though, I want to tell you real quick where I think the 725 ranks though as like the most broken gun, because do you remember some of the like old like Modern Warfare 2 guns, right?
A few.
Like, dude. So I think in Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, the M16 could like one burst someone like every single time. That gun was ridiculous. The ACR was ridiculous in Modern Warfare 2.
That gun.
The model 1887 Akimbo, I think, was actually more broken than the 725 because those were insane. And so, like,
those are fun.
I kind of think the Akimbos were number one most broken gun in Call of Duty history.
It's only quote unquote broken because of the Akimbo, but like it more or less had the range of the 725, but it couldn't one shot from that range. But because it's Akimbo, you could still two tap and go pop pop, and it's like done.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is like.
So like they were balanced in my eyes. They were really fun.
And AIM warned us. They said like this is like the original team basically, and they were like we're gonna make broken stuff. And I like that about Call of Duty. Like I like that there's broken stuff, but that does need to be nerfed. Like, and it's fun to like get some of those funny clips with that and all that. But I would say the Akimbos are probably like the most broken gun in Call of Duty history, and then the second one would probably be the M16, and then the 725 is probably my like third, because M16 was just stupid. Like the noob tube was just stupid too. Like you could one man RB noob tube it up, and it was just so dumb. Like gosh.
Yeah, the grenade launcher, the noob tube, had like a huge like blast radius, whereas like now it's like you basically have to aim it like at them or like within like a foot of them for it to kill. Otherwise, it's just gonna like severely damage them.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That said, I haven't used the grenade launcher. I've been using the thermite launcher. That's so much fun.
Yeah, no, you've actually
especially
done really
like
well
on like
that.
domination and stuff, because like they're capping the point. Well, you just throw it like on the point, and like they're burning to death, and like they don't want to move because they want to get the point. Well, now they're dead.
Yeah, dude, that's
it's also really good against.
Good
it's really good against riot shield users. Because you can either just like shoot it at their feet so like they can't just like walk towards you, or better yet, just shoot it at the riot shield because it sticks to the riot shield and burns them through it, and then they die. It's great.
Yeah, that seems to be like really like helping a lot. So I don't know. Like I'm interested to maybe try using that more. I haven't used it as much. But
I like all the different grenade launcher attachments they give you, because they give you like the classic one, like the fragmentation like grenade launcher. They give you the thermite grenade launcher. They give you a smoke grenade launcher. There's probably going to be like, incendiary as well.
Concussion.
That's the thermite one, the incendiary one.
Concussion.
And then like I'm sure there's also other ones like I think there might be one with like the radar grenade or whatever that like reveals enemies and stuff. There's pretty much like every grenade is like a grenade launcher as well.
Yeah, it's kind of
cool.
cool.
Except for maybe like C4 and Semtex, I guess.
C4, it's like shoot C4. I have a grenade launcher.
C4 grenade.
Okay, so something I want to talk about real quick too. So there were some leaks that some data miners went into that confirmed or that have revealed a lot of multiplayer modes coming. And also maps possibly. Now these aren't like 100%, but they're in the game files, so that they're probably eventually going to come into the game. But some interesting game modes. There's some classic ones coming back, but I want to show you some. There's Showdown, which doesn't have a description right now. Onslaught.
Shaolin Showdown?
Yeah, exactly. Shaolin Showdown.
Sweet dude.
Incursion. Oh my gosh. Incursion.
I wager the fist of Tepigong.
That show was so great. I used to watch that.
That show was so good.
Yeah, I used to watch that so
All above tsunami.
Yeah. Fire Team, which is interesting because maybe like you have to just play in a party. Breach, Arms Race, which might be interesting as well. But here's the ones that have descriptions, and some of these are brought back from other game modes. But one is called Team Juggernaut. So each team has a Juggernaut. Juggernaut kills are worth more points. The first team to reach the score limit wins. There's one called Reinforce. It says capture points to revive fallen teammates. Taking all points will win the round. Rupture, which is take control of a powerful Juggernaut and push the enemy's base to win. So that's sort of like, that sounds sort of like this one mode in Black Ops 3. I can't remember. We had this robot and you had to like escort it, sort of. That's what it kind of sounds like, but we'll see. There's one in the chamber. I don't know if you remember that, but one in the chamber is in this. Do you remember that?
You get like one shot and then you have to melee basically to get your shot back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So one of the chambers pretty sick. Invasion, which is take your team's flag into the enemy team's base. The one that I'm actually really excited about is Infected. I don't know if you remember this. Remember Infected?
I remember Infected like from Halo, but not from Call of Duty.
So Infected was wild and it was so fun. And like people were saying that it might be like 32 versus 32, or like it might be like a 64 player Infected, which would be nuts. But basically Infected is one person starts as the Infected in the game, and then once they kill someone, they become infected, and then it just keeps triggering. So like you eventually have like, if when you're infected, you get a specific loadout. You get a knife, a throwing knife, and attack insertion. And so basically like people will like tack insertion like the stairs, and they'll just keep spawning there, and like the people that aren't infected will just be like mowing them down. It's like zombies, and it's just like, it's literally so funny. And people get like nukes in it and stuff, and it's really wild. So that might be interesting. High value target is gain score by eliminating players on the opposing team. Extract high value enemy combatants to steal score back. That sounds like a PvE VP thing. Kind of like Destiny's Gambit mode. So we don't really know much about that either. Gun Game. I don't know if you remember Gun Game, but Gun Game's fun.
Yeah, I remember Gun Game.
So grind, recover dog tags, takes them to the objective marker to score for your team. Drop zone is hold the drop zone to earn points, and drone packages. Demolition is basically search and destroy, but you just keep spawning, and there's 2 bomb sites. Defender is capture the drone and hold it and upload data and earn points for your team. Search and rescue. Teams take turns defending and destroying an objective. Recover dog tags to allow or deny respawns. And then capture the flag, which is pretty self-explanatory. Fire mission. Eliminate enemies, capture headquarters, and extract VIPs to earn score for your team. That's another one that seems kind of like where there's going to be AI. Assault is attackers attack a bomb site. Defenders defend. And then the last one is All or Nothing, which is from another previous Call of Duty. And that is spawn with a custom pistol, throwing knife, and no starting ammo. Extra perks are gained on kills, but you lose everything on death. So that sounds kind of interesting too. But that is some of the leaked game modes. Do you remember any of those at all for the most part? Like, do you remember playing any of them or no?
I remember one in the chamber and like Gun Game.
Yeah, Gun Game is my thing. Like, I love Gun Game.
I liked Gun Game up until I think it was like the 3rd or 4th gun, because then it's like the ballistic, at least like in Black Ops, because then it was like the ballistic knife, and it's like that's impossible to get. And then once you get past that, it's like, oh, here's an AR. And it's like, what the frick?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was funny. Okay, so here's some of the maps. There were 30. I'm not gonna go through all these. I'm just gonna go through some that you might know and remember. But basically, there's like 38 that were like data mined. So some of the ones that are pretty notable. So, do you remember Crash from Modern Warfare?
I barely remember anything from the first Modern Warfare.
Because it had a helicopter in the middle of the map, and you had like that 3-story building where you could go on top of it. I don't know if you remember that at all.
Was that from Modern Warfare or Modern Warfare 2?
Modern Warfare.
I mean, like, that sounds familiar. Let me look it up real quick. Modern Warfare Crash map. This does look familiar. Oh yeah, wasn't this also in Modern Warfare 2?
Not that I know
I
of.
feel like it was. Maybe I just played it a lot at Cole's house or something. But yeah, I do remember this.
Okay. Another one that is interesting is Shipment. So remember
Frick
Shipment?
that. I'm not gonna be playing that.
So
I'm
there's
just gonna leave every time.
there's Shipment Day and there's Shipment Night.
Oh, because I love night.
Do you remember Slums from Modern Warfare?
Also sounds familiar.
Yeah, look that up. Slums was great.
Slums. Dude, I'm pretty sure these were Modern Warfare 2.
Oh wait.
I s-
No, Slums is Modern Warfare. Oh wait. Slums is Oh yeah, Slums is Modern Warfare 2. Wait. No, that looks like is that Black Ops? I can't remember. Oh yeah, that's Black Ops 2. Slums is Black Ops 2, but no, dude, Crash is definitely Modern Warfare.
Okay.
I know that 100%. Yeah.
I don't remember Slums then.
Slums was Black Ops 2. But there's there's actually a lot of maps that people have that have
Spawned.
that spawned that what's it called that were leaked
Have
or
been
whatever.
Leaked.
But Rust is another one that they also
My man.
remember Rust.
Yeah, I loved Rust. I always did really well on Rust.
See, I didn't usually do that great on Rust, so like, I don't know. What do you? Why did you do so well?
Just because I'm good like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's a small map, and like, it was. I guess Modern Warfare 2 was just like pretty balanced overall, because like, yeah, it's like small, so like shotguns or whatever, but like, you didn't have to use shotguns to succeed. Like you could do like akimbo like magnums or something, or like just like an AR or whatever, or like riot shield. So like you had like plenty of options. There's also like if you could like parkour your way up to like the very top of the tower, there was like a good spot where you could like sort of like peek out and like shoot people, and like it did have like one sort of like part where like people could shoot at you, but like hardly anyone ever knew about it, and like even if they did, they weren't really focused on like what was above them, but more rather like what was in front of them on the ground. So it was cool to like to go up there and like shoot people with like an AR and stuff, and because like it was so like close quarters, like you could like hear footprints, like okay, there's someone like to my left, so like I just prepare, they're around the corner, and boom, they're dead. I just liked it. I don't know. I like the layout of it too, because like it's small, but there's a lot of stuff that you can like hide behind or like run through or whatever. So
Gotcha.
it was fun.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I just didn't know what you liked about it, but all right. Well, we will also keep you updated with updates and everything with the game. But I'm going to be continually playing this. But I also wanted to ask you, Joe, about. I know you played a little bit more of Outer Worlds, and I just wanted to get some more feedback from you on that because I'm interested.
I killed Martin.
I don't know who that is.
So do you know the guy in the trailer with like the moon head?
I think so.
That's Martin.
Oh my gosh.
And I killed him. But don't worry, I saved right before I killed him. Then I killed him, and then I reloaded the save. So he's still alive. But it was just so much fun sniping him and watching his body fly back and just ragdoll. And I don't know why I get the biggest kick out of it, but I do. So like every now and then I just go kill Martin. Which is like very sad because like he's obviously like if you talk to him like he sounds like the words he says like, oh, I love my job and blah blah blah, but you can tell like he's just dead inside. He hates his job. So death is more like a sweet release for him than anything.
Oh my gosh.
So like my killing was justified. I mean the rest of the people on the ship didn't agree because they were shooting me, but I mean it doesn't matter what they think. It matters what Martin thinks.
Okay.
But so Martin's still alive though. I did buy a moon head, so I wear that. I think he gives like +5 to lying or something like that. Yeah, I think that makes sense because like he lies about like, oh, like I love my life and everything. But it's fun. I've progressed past like the tutorial world basically. And what's cool is like even though like, because like initially I thought you start on this planet called Terra 2. it's basically like Earth 2, I guess you could say, but
Mm-hmm.
it looks nothing like Earth. But like so like the tutorial area, and then like you leave Terra 2 and like you go to other places and stuff, and I'm like, oh, so it's just like this one little map, because like it's like open world in a sense, but like each thing has sort of like zones. So it's, think like Skyrim, right? Like all of Skyrim is like open world, but then if you load into a city like Whiterun, it has to, like, you load into the city. The city is like its own little map, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So like think that, but like much more like scaled down.
Okay.
Like it's basically like the size of maybe like the area of Whiterun, and then you have like a city you can load into or something, and that's like the first, like that's like the tutorial map for Terra 2 basically. And I was like, oh, well, this is actually like kind of small. So if each like zone or planet or whatever is just like this, there's not really a whole lot of like areas and stuff. But as it turns out, when you get more quests and stuff and you go to different, worlds and everything, you also unlock different like zones, and or they're basically called like landing platforms, or like loading docks, I guess, whatever, for your ship. So like I had this one mission on Terra 2, and I went back and it's like, oh, there's a second place I can land now. I'm like, oh, okay. And that's like a whole new like zone of it. So like it's different from before, and there's more like things to do there, and like people and quests and stuff. So I'm like, okay. So I'm guessing each like planet will have like maybe like 5 to 10 like zones or whatever. So that was like reassuring. Cause I had pretty much done everything in the tutorial, like
Mm-hmm.
map section. I was like, that took like one stream, which was like 3 hours or something. I'm like, that really wasn't that much. But it's cool that like it's more than just that. Gunplay is like fun. I mean, like it's simple. It's sort of like Fallout-esque almost.
Mm-hmm.
The TTD, which is like the temporal time dilation or whatever it's called.
Like VATS or whatever.
It's like, yeah, it's like VATS, but like it doesn't aim for you. It just slows down time. And you can move like a bit faster than everything else because like reasons.
Games.
So that's useful. I don't really use it so much for like shooting enemies. I use it more to like, oh, I need time to reload or to like heal or whatever, because all your actions and stuff are faster than enemies. So like while they're slowly moving towards you, like let's say you're fighting a bear or something, and it's like it's already got his paw raised in the air to like just smack you upside the head with his claw. You can like slow down time, move away before it even starts swinging down, heal yourself, reload your gun, all before like the claw is like halfway down, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I'll just waste the rest of the time just like shooting into the head, because like it is useful for shooting because you can line up your like headshots or weak spot shots or whatever. But it is a ton of dialogue, and like it does when I'm streaming it, and especially because like I stream mostly at night, like at the end of the day and stuff, I am like yawning a bit when like I have to listen to some of this stuff, because like I don't want to skip it, and like I could, but I don't want to, because there's so many dialogue options with like every like choice, like every pause in dialogue. It's like, oh, here's 5 options, choose, and it's like, holy frick.
Yeah.
So one thing that like I don't mind, but I kind of wish was, I guess, tweaked a little bit, or maybe like just balanced out a little bit more, was how, but this isn't necessarily a bad thing either, but it's just like how dialogue heavy the game is. So it's like some things, in order to like progress a quest, you have to have X amount of like persuasion or lie or intimidation or whatever, like charisma stats basically. So it's like you're almost forced to like, okay, well, what do I want to focus on? I want to be like a melee sneak guy. So it's like, okay, so you focus on melee and you focus on sneak, but you also have to focus a lot of points into like charisma, so you can get up your speech and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you want to not only like progress certain things that like require you to have that like, level 35 persuasion or whatever, then you have to literally go grind that up until you can do that to finish that quest. Most of the time it's just like, oh yeah, like here's the option to persuade. If you don't have 35, then you can't use the option. But if you do have 35, it's an instant success, and like here's a new like avenue that most other people wouldn't be able to take or something. So like that's my only like I guess complaint with it. It's just like I think they also, kind of advertise it as like it's your choice and like blah blah blah. So like that's cool, but it's just like it's so much and like it's really impressive because like there's tons of like unique characters and voices. So it's not just like Skyrim where it's like the same Stormcloak soldier that you also hear as like, oh, he's also the Emperor, but he's also like townsperson B, and he's also this random bandit. So it's like people have unique voices and everything, which is cool. So that makes me like, how long did this take to like record all these and stuff? Like, dang, dude.
Yeah.
Like even just like minor like quest characters have like a lot of lines, and it's like, whoa. But I mean, like overall, it's cool, and then like I do like how they sort of approach like quests with the sort of dialogue options, because like you're basically always given two choices with like a quest before you even get the quest. It's like, do you want this quest? Yes or no? It's like, no. It's like, okay, well, you don't have the quest. I always say yes because like I want the quest. I want to see like what it is. Even though like sometimes it goes against my character, like I shouldn't help this person. Just because like it's an RPG, I like to RP a little bit. But like I want the quest, so I'll take the quest, even if it's like, oh yeah, I'll gladly help you, even though my character would never actually say that.
I'll gladly help you.
I'll gladly help you. So like, but it's cool because like, okay, so I could take this one avenue and just help this person, and boom. But then like halfway through the quest, it's like, let's say there's this one quest where I had to go get this doctor's research, and I went into his lab, killed some enemies, and I found where the research was. And I also found this bandit lady who was like, hey, I'm stealing the research. And I was like, that's interesting, because she wants to like, steal. She's like, the doctor's actually a bad dude or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And like, I want to like sell this for like profit to like other people who can like use it better, I guess, for like the good of more people than just like himself, basically. So it's like, okay, but like you're also still like sort of a bad guy because you're a bandit and like kill people and you're stealing. So it's like, well, I was going to just, help the doctor, but now maybe I shouldn't, and then, so it's like, do you want to like fight her? Do you want to persuade her? Do you want to like let her go? Do you want to, just like come back to the quest later, like do something else or whatever, because she's like locked in like a cell or something, so she can't do anything until you let her out. So it's cool that like the quests, pretty much every quest is like that, where it's like, it starts off, you think it'll go one way, then it gives you this other way you can go, and sometimes it gives you like another way you can go. So like with that lady, her and her bandits or whatever were in like that research lab, but then like the security guards of the research lab were also like trying to kill the bandits. So she's like, the options are basically, you can either kill her, get the research, and kill all of her bandit people. You can side with her, and then let her go, and like and either go kill like the security guards or convince them to let her and her bandits leave, or you can like intimidate her into like giving you the research basically, and then let her go or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's like with her alone, you have like 2 or 3 different options, and then you still have like 2 or 3 options of like, what do you want to do after all that's resolved? Like, do I go back to the doctor and turn this in? Do I like do something else with it? So like that's something I really like about it. But it's also annoying for me because I'm indecisive, and it's like, well, which one of these is going to be like most beneficial to me and stuff. And like now it also takes me like an extra 2 minutes to get through every dialogue option, because I'm like, which one do I choose? Like where could this lead?
Yeah.
So
no, that's cool.
But it's cool.
That's one thing like I noticed, that like it definitely just seems like there's so much dialogue, and that's why there's games like I don't really have the patience for that. And I don't know. It's just like, for me, it's like I'd rather be doing something with that. Like the dialogue is cool and the RP is interesting, but I'm not really like an RP type of gamer and stuff. Right. But yeah, it definitely looks interesting. But I would say that from what I've seen from your stream and what I've seen from other people's streams, it just seems way more dialogue heavy than like Fallout and stuff. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'll probably still download it. It's like, I can do it for free.
A
basically.
dollar. I mean, it's worth the dollar price, even like $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't finished the game, so I can't say if it's actually worth like the full like $60 or whatever. But like that's also partly why I like playing it on stream, because like I have chat to like distract me or whatever. So, to keep me entertained and stuff, even though I'm supposed to be entertaining them.
Plot twist. Yeah, I got you.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, before we end the podcast, I want to tell you guys about the deal of our week. So the new PlayStation Plus free games came out the 5th of November, which was yesterday, Tuesday. I missed freaking MLB The Show for free last month. Like, I really wanted to download that. And I also missed I already had Last of Us Remastered. But so the free games this month for PS Plus is Outlast 2 and Nioh. It's like or Neo or something.
Neo.
It's like a RPG, like Japanese like RPG. Sort of look like Dark Souls-esque kind of thing, but yeah, it's like you're a samurai warrior and stuff, so it looks kind of interesting. You guys should pick those up. They're free if you've got a PS4 and you have PS Plus, but that's our deal of the week there. Again, make sure to follow us on all of our social media, twitter.com/probably-got-this and JoeTheJoe9. Twitch.tv/JoeTheJoe. He streams Monday, Thursday, Friday. I got it again. I'm 2 for 12. I stream Monday and Tuesday and some Thursdays at twitch.tv/probably-got-this. And you can also follow our YouTube our YouTube channel at Probably Got This, and our channel obviously that you're watching this on, which is Lagged Out, and the Instagram at Lagged Out. And let's see, I have so many social media things now, it's like insane. So, and then the Twitter account Lagged Out, so you guys can go follow that. I'm gonna get more consolidated with our social media like call outs, not as heavy as the Call of Duty call outs, but I put all those in the description, so you guys should see all that. You guys can also watch this on iTunes as well, which I think where most people watch it actually. But I think that's all I got, Joe. Yeah, is there anything else you want to add? Death Stranding on Friday. Be interested to see what people think about that.
That comes out. That'll be interesting. I might be playing that too, depending on what people say. Because they released like a 7-minute like launch trailer. I still have no idea what the frick's going on. I know it's like you're walking, or someone at work described it as like a walking sim. Basically, you're connecting people. But like I still don't know like
I've heard
else
like
about
there's
the
been
game.
mixed reviews actually of it, but someone said it's the best video game movie ever. So
I don't know. I mean that makes sense, but yeah, we'll see. Just want to remind everyone this podcast is not sponsored by Oreos. Oreos, Milk's favorite cookie.
Yep.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So always remember to have faith and be great. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace, guys.
Boom. Laters.
Laters.
Word up.